Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to be going over the Wicked Implement Exotic Scout Rifle and how you get this in Season of the Deep on Destiny 2, and also the catalyst for it. And you may have heard that you've got to go and fish for 3 exotic fish before you can go and get this. However, there is a trick that you don't need to fish at all and you can still get it along with the catalyst. I'm going to explain all this in today's video. Before we get into this, if you do enjoy today's video, please do give it a like and a share to support it and subscribe for more content. And also, I've not been playing Destiny 2 that regularly lately, so this could be old news. If it is, I'm sorry, but I'm just putting it out there because I played this last night and I was able to get this exotic and the catalyst all in one playthrough with some help from a friend. And I found out that you didn't even need to fish to get this weapon. Now, part of this weapon has been going on the last few weeks. You've got to go and fish for exotic fish. There's 3 in total, and once you've got all those exotic fish, you can then go and place these sort of items you get from them, and then you can go and get this exotic scout rifle. Now, you can tell if you've already done this by going into your inventory and looking at your fishing tackle. I have collected one of the exotic fish, and you can see on my fishing tackle there, I've got a broken blade that's been claimed from Savathun's throne world. So there's 3 exotic fish in total. There's one on Savathun's throne world you got to get. There's one on Nessus, I believe, and one on the EDZ. If you get all 3 of those exotic fishes from the different locations, you'll have 3 items here on your fishing tackle. But as you can see, I've only collected 1, but I do have the exotic and the catalyst. As long as 1 person in your fire team has all 3 items, you don't need any. You can just use their items to get this done. Once you have collected all exotic fish to get the items yourself, or you've got a teammate that has done it, you're going to want to start a deep dive. Before you do though, just a quick recommendation on the build that you take in. This can be quite challenging. We used me as a Titan, and there was 2 warlords. We used 2 wells so we could sustain damage on the final boss, which I'll show you shortly. And we also used this Thunderlord, which is a great exotic machine gun to use against the final boss that you need to kill before you get the exotic scout rifle. So I highly recommend using this. It will help you, and especially have those warlords to give you some heals and sustain the damage on that final boss. And also, if you're the Titan, there's this chest piece here, the Actium War Rig. This really helps with that machine gun by steadily reloading your equipped assault rifle and machine gun's mag as the talent there. These 2 pieces worked very well for the boss encounter. Well, before you even get up to that encounter though, when you start the deep dive, you've got to place these 3 items that you've got from fishing the exotic fish. And the first one can be found as soon as you enter the water at the start of the deep dive. You got this room here that you got to open the door with a switch. And you just want to keep on going around and dropping down further and further. This first drop is fine, drop all the way to the bottom. But on the second drop, just look out for this ledge here. You want to land on this ledge, try not to miss it. And then from this ledge, you can jump across here, and you've got the first statue that you got to interact with one of those items on your fishing tackle. So again, these are the items you get from those exotic fish. One of your fire team members will have to have that item. You can interact with it. It'll light up and there'll be a little bit of lore. Continue on from there, and you're going to enter this sort of like arena here where you got your first activity that you need to complete. You'll have a rally flag that you can put down, and you'll have to complete that activity. After this activity is when you can get the second statue with the second item on your fishing tackle. In this area, you're able to go outside, and as I said, as soon as the objective is clear, it's going to want you to go straight ahead. But if you take a left here, a door is going to open after the activity. So just head inside here, you'll find the second statue, and again, as long as yourself or someone else has the item on the fishing tackle, they'll be able to interact, you'll get the lore, and then that's 2 out of 3. And then on your way to the next area where you'll have to do another activity, you're going to be deep diving again in water. There's 2 ways to go, but notice this fan here. You got to hit this switch to turn it off. As long as you go this way, it's easy. But you're looking for this area here where I'm landing into now. There's a different way you can get here, though. So if you missed the fan, just be careful. You do want to drop down a bit more from here, though. Just keep on dropping down. And like before with the first statue, you're going to find a statue in this area. And it's just to the left of where I am now. As I'm coming through here, there's a crack to the left we want to go through. Notice you can keep on going down further. Don't do that, otherwise you won't be able to get back up. Head over to the left here, and then you'll find the third statue. And again, as long as somebody in your fire team has that third item, to put in there. You can interact. That'll be the third and final one you need to interact with. There'll be some more lore, and you're now ready to go and do like a secret boss and get this exotic scout rifle. You'll be able to find this boss when you get to this area here. You've got to put a rally flag down again and complete an activity. But after that activity, that door to the right over there that I just shot at, that's going to open, and that's the way you're going to want to go. But first, you need to complete the activity. With the activity completed, the marker's going to ask you to go and interact with the object on the floor there. But rather than doing that, just take a right to that door that I've shown you. And outside of this door is a few more statues that you need to interact with. You don't need any items to do this, though. You've already done everything you need to do. Just interact with all three of these statues here. And as you then progress through this water wall, there's a shield inside that these three statues basically turn off. So as long as those are all done, head inside. You'll be able to jump past this shield that was here and be able to continue on to this boss. There are actually two bosses you got to complete here, and the first one is on screen now. This is just like a little introduction to him, though. Just clear the ads. There'll be 3 mini-bosses around him. You have to defeat them first. They're the Minotaurs. Once they are defeated, you'll be able to do damage to the main boss, Cull, but you'll only be able to take out that first segment of his health bar before he disappears. After Cull has disappeared, and once you go into the next room, there's going to be a sort of orange shield that's stopping you from getting back to Cull. To shoot this thing in the middle here, this is going to remove the shield and enable you to go and do the main encounter against Cull. This will be a lot more difficult than the first one, though, but the same again. There's going to be mini bosses that you got to kill, and then you'll be able to do damage to the main boss. There'll be snipers up in the area. He's got a very hard attack as well. There's actually, the mini bosses are kind of like hidden behind other shields, so you do need to find those items to shoot and open them, but it's quite easy to do. You just got to protect yourself from the main boss's attack. And notice you've got a time now as well on the left-hand side of the screen. We're currently at 8 minutes 36 to go. This is to complete this boss and the main one, which is a Tormentor after this. So you do need to be quick. With Cull defeated, just push forward. You'll get another rally to the flag. And then in this area is where you're going to be taking on the Tormentor, which is the final boss. It's quite difficult, this one. And it's the same mechanics again. You cannot do any damage to him until you've taken out the other mini-bosses in the area. And there's 4 in this area. They're kind of like in all the 4 corners of the area. So what you want to do is just go and find all these mini bosses, take them out. That'll then enable you to do damage in a damage phase to the Tormentor, and that's when you're gonna want to use your Warlock's Well of Radiances. If you've got 2, that is ideal, and just sustain damage on the Tormentor. As I said, that exotic machine gun will really help. As long as you're powerful, it'll be fine. We actually failed our first attempt though because we just didn't have enough power. We needed more damage, so that's why we put that exotic LMG on, and we got it done easily. Once the damage phase is over though, you do need to kill those 4 mini bosses again before you can have another damage phase. And when that happens, they're kind of like all together. It's not like you got to go around all the 4 different corners again. Just find the mini bosses, kill them again, and have another damage phase. Just remember, you are timed, and you got to kill the Tormentor before the time runs out. With enough damage, you will get the Tormentor done, and we did it with 1 minute 38 to spare, and the objective will be complete. Now, you're going to have a marker on your screen to tell you where to go. You want to go the opposite way to that, because that's where you're going to now go and get your exotic scout rifle. So this in the center of the area, you might end up somewhere different depending where you are fighting the Tormentor, but it's right in the center of the area. It'll tell you to go one way, head the opposite way, and you're going to come up to this structure here. And this is where you're going to collect your exotic scout rifle from. Just right at the top of the bottom of this statue, you'll be able to interact with this sort of table here, and you'll be able to pick up that exotic. And there we go. The Wicked Implement has been collected, and I haven't had to fish for all the exotics either, the exotic fishes. So that's that done. Next, before we get on to the catalyst, you'll notice that at the mission end here, we've got a long time before we go back to orbit. Normally when they do this, that's because there's something else that you can do. So there's a little triumph here that you can get a hold of, and I'm just going to let this roll out. You just got to go and shoot loads of targets. I forget how many there are in total. I think it's like 6 or 7, maybe even 8. But I'll let this run now and show you where all these targets are that you need to shoot, so you can also get this triumph while you are here. Oh, shoot up there.
Yeah. I knew that.
I shot it. I think he's
Only
taking
the
us
one.
to another one. Oh, these are the things you gotta shoot. I think in each room or something to get the catalyst. This is why it gives you loads of time. Here, look.
Oh yeah.
Shot that one.
Which one?
The one.
Do I need to shoot it
center.
as well?
Yeah, if it's there.
This middle thing here.
Yeah. Disappears once you shot it, like the other one. And one in there.
Yeah.
I was returning to orbit, and all I saw in the text chat was no. Oh.
You only need to twist it once, don't you?
Pretty much.
What do you do with it now? Go.
One up there.
More XP boost.
And back the way. How do you remember where all this is?
Telling him. Take left. That's it.
It's done this a few times.
Yeah. Definitely.
What's that?
Well, he's got a map up. Destroy.
Done. Words on destroy each pyramid object hidden beneath the deep. Oh, there we go. At the start of that clip there, I did mention about shooting things to get the catalyst. That was not for the catalyst at all. It was just for the triumph. But we're now going to get onto the catalyst. So we've got the wicked implement sorted, which is the hardest part, I'm going to say. But this next part can be tricky as well. You've basically got to complete a tier 7 deep dive. And to do that, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it now. And once you do, you'll get the wicked implement catalyst. Just start up another deep dive, and what you're going to want to do is complete all the pressure trials to be able to get it to a tier 7 deep dive. So in the first area here where you do your first activity, just under where you interact with the rally to the flag, is where we found our first invoke darkness. I believe these are random though. They could be in anywhere in this area. What you're looking for is like this light, and all of the players in your fire team, so in the deep dive, need to go and invoke the darkness. As long as all of the players do that, you'll start the pressure trial, but it kind of comes at the end of the activity. You'll notice these balls here are just floating in the sky. We've got to shoot all of these to start the pressure trial, and you are timed as well. So this is random again. It can either be like balls that are floating in the sky that you need to shoot after you invoke the darkness, or there might be pads that you got to go and sit on, or there might be like those taken blights in the shield that you need to go and destroy. Whatever appears when you invoke the darkness, you need to complete that activity in time to turn it into a pressure trial. Once you've done that, you're just completing the activity as normal. The pressure trial will start at the end of the activity. On screen now, you can see us completing this first pressure trial. You'll notice that the time continues, so you do want to be very quick and take the best builds that you've got. We've only got 20 seconds left there, or 22 seconds as we completed that pressure trial. But that's 1 out of 3 that we need to do, and you just want to continue on from the first area to the next area now that you get the next activity. And when you get there, it's exactly the same. Just rally to the flag, and you're looking for that invoke darkness again. So just scout the area very, very quickly. Google finds it quite quick here, and all players in the fire team again just need to interact with it. So once you've done that, there'll be a little activity that you need to complete again, and you are timed. You've got to do it quite quickly. On this one, you can see it's the taken blights there in front of us. There's 3 or 4 in the area. You just got to go and destroy them all. Once they are all destroyed, that will initiate the pressure trial at the end of the activity. It works exactly the same again. This trial is going to start when you complete the activity, and you're going to need to use the remaining time that you have to complete the pressure trial. If you do fail at any point and run out of time, it is going to send you straight to the boss, as it would on any other deep dive where you don't complete an activity, and you'll have to start this whole process again. So it's very important you get it done in the time that's allocated to you. On the first one, we did it with 22 seconds to spare. On this one, we did it with over 2 minutes to spare. So we got that one done much easier. But once that second one is done now, you just want to continue on again with a deep dive, and you want to get to the third area where there's an activity. So as we drop into this area now, again, just rally to the flag, and then you've got to find that invoke darkness again for your whole fire team to interact with. So we're just looking for that now. I think, yep, Google's just found it over here. So we're all going to interact with this. Once we interact with this, now you'll see the third and final activity that this gets you to do. We've already done the taking blights. We've done those like balls that rise in the air. I'm just waiting for Raddy now to interact with this. And this one is going to be like the pressure plate one. You've got to go and stand on these pressure plates. Again, it is time. These are probably the hardest ones because they put them in like weird positions, and enemies are obviously trying to kill you at the same time. So Raddy stood on one up there, and you can see the one on screen now with me and Google here. We just stand on that, we charge it up. Once it gets to 100%, it disappears. You got to get them gone as quick as possible. Once all them are gone, the pressure trial will be initiated, and again, you just complete the activity, and then the pressure trial will start at the end. All these are completely random, as I said. The invoke darkness could be anywhere in the areas, and you'll get a different activity in each area every time that you do it. But it will kind of be those three, so you know what you're kind of expecting now. And once all three activities are completed and all the pressure trials are completed, now all you've got to do is finish the deep dive. It'll be a tier 7 deep dive, and you're going to get your catalyst. So just continue on to the boss area and complete the boss. It's not going to be easy at tier 7, so again, like I said earlier, you are going to want to bring some good builds to this. You're going to need a good loadout, but once the boss is dead, you're going to open up your tier 7 rewards, and this is where you get your catalyst out of. So just go and collect your reward here, open up your chest, and then you'll get your catalyst. And there we go, the Wicked Implement catalyst has been collected. And with that is now the end of the video. I hope it has been helpful. If you're like me, you don't play a lot of Destiny, but you're getting on now and then, you can get this done right up to the end of the season. I think at the moment of posting this video is like 40 days left, but you can get this done in a couple of hours with a little bit of help. So if you do need that help, we do have Destiny players in the community that are willing to help with this, like Google did with us. Make sure you come and check that out. It's linked at the top of the video description. And you don't even need to fish. If they've got all the items, they can keep on helping with this, and they can keep on placing all those items for you so you can get this exotic scout rifle, and also help you with a tier 7 deep dive to get the catalyst. Again, I hope it's been helpful. Please do hit like and share to support the video. Subscribe for more content. And until next time, stay safe and peace out.